Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach. We know that helping your clients become the best and the healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about giving them a meal plan, macros, telling them what to eat, or giving them access to a gym. In order for your clients to see the best results possible, they need nutrition, they need fitness, and they most importantly need accountability to make those changes outside of just the gym. I'm your host, Nicole Aucoin, registered dietitian and founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I'm also the author of the Basics of Nutrition Coaching CrossFit Preferred Nutrition course. We are so excited with some new updates coming out with this Basics of Nutrition Coaching course that is going to include 3 months of nutrition coaching. Here's the deal. You can go through an online course, but if you can't see it from a client's experience, if you can't actually see someone doing it and practicing out what you're learning in an online course, it's going to be tough for you to launch with confidence. We now are incorporating 3 months of nutrition coaching with one of our expert mentors and nutrition coaches to help people going through the course be able to launch with confidence. We're super excited about this edition. Make sure that you follow us on social media for all of the additional details with this Basics of Nutrition Coaching course. All right. Well, today's podcast episode is with Lizz. She is one of our nutrition coaches. She actually helps do the Coaching the Coaches program, but she also has been one of the coaches heading up our employee wellness initiative at Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ. At Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ, one of our big initiatives is going into construction companies and kicking off employee wellness programs and then ongoing support after the initial kickoff. It is something that we started in 2014 and it kind of honestly fell in my lap. I was working with the owner of a big construction company. He saw really great results. He had worked with trainers and nutrition coaches in the past, but he really needed something that was simple. He needed something that was going to work for his entire family. And when he started seeing really good results, he said, "Nicole, can you help my company?" So we launched the first Employee Wellness Challenge in Current Builders in 2014. And since then, we've just been refining the process to be able to support these employees to provide the best experience possible so that they can see results. And it trickles down to so many positives for the company. Lizz and I talk about all of the details with this, but I want to talk for a second about how this could impact a gym. So, COVID taught us one thing, in my opinion. It taught us, hey, we need to diversify revenue streams. We can't rely on people coming to our gym. Many gyms are still really struggling with, trying to pick up revenue. People stopped, membership stopped, or they have some restrictions with the amount of people that can fit into a class. And one of the things that we have helped a lot of gyms do is model the employee wellness programs that we've delivered to help them be able to reach more people in their communities. If I talk to 1,000 gym owners, almost all of them will say the reason why they opened a gym is because they want to help people. And in order to help people, we need something that's systemized. We need something that's simple. We need something that we can empower coaches to deliver, because at the same time, there are so many more people that need help than just the people the owner can specifically help. And employee wellness programs allows gyms to expand their reach beyond just the people that come into their facility. With our employee wellness programs, we have people that never step foot inside of our facility. And we bring in quite a bit of revenue from programs just like this. I recently was talking to quite a few gym owners during our Owners Mastermind project meeting, the meeting once a month that we have with HSN gym owners. And all of the gyms that have been running HSN for a year plus had one theme in common. They said, "Nicole, this is the year that we are going to really prioritize employee wellness. We've got it under control. Our people are starting off with nutrition and fitness. Our engagement is good. We've got a solid culture prioritizing nutrition in our gym. Now I want to help more people outside of the community, into the community. I want to help more people that maybe would have never stepped into my gym to begin with. I want to start helping change their lives." Because the thing is, if you help someone that works for a company, like a construction company, and they start making changes, it's going to trickle down to their network of people, the people that they're closest with, their families. And now you're making an even greater impact. So in today's episode, we talk about what does it actually look like? What have been the benefits post-COVID with employee wellness? And at the end, I'm going to talk about something really awesome that we are releasing for HSN Mentoring clients. So make sure if you're an HSN Mentoring client, or if you're like, Nicole, I want to fast track my ability to be able to help people with employee wellness and want to sign up with HSN Mentoring, make sure you tune into the end so you hear this awesome update that's coming soon. Lizz, welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have you on today to talk all about employee wellness. Holy cow, you've been busy over the last 6 months with employee wellness.
Yes, it's been busy in the most wonderful way.
So fun. You know, one of our core initiatives at Healthy Subs Nutrition HQ is to really focus on reaching people that need help the most. And in my opinion, we've identified a specific work sector, construction companies, that we can truly make an impact and change their lives through employee wellness programs. You know, I think it's interesting, you know, the first step when getting something set up is we talk to the owner and sometimes the HR directors. And there's been a shift with why employers are wanting to do this. And the biggest thing that I keep hearing is, you know, people have gone through a lot of change over the past 2 years. They've been stressed out of their minds, a lot of stuff out of their control. Morale might be down because employees are hybrid, working from home, maybe a completely virtual, or, you know, just not together, not that community. And employers are like, hey, I want to boost the morale. I want to help support mental health and physical health of my employees, which it wasn't always the same conversation pre-COVID.
I agree. I think it's definitely shifting more towards mental health and employers wanting to support that in their employees, which I think is so cool. And it really opens up a lot of different opportunities for us as coaches to help people in these different aspects.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, if you're healthy mentally and you're fueling your body with quality food, we're prioritizing sleep, we're exercising, which exercise is shown to be more effective than any antidepressant drug out there on the market. If we're getting people moving, getting the camaraderie together, getting them encouraging each other, the self-talk piece of how we incorporate that with these wellness kickoff challenges has been so incredible. Yes, of course, people see good results, but really it's, hey, we're helping people change their lives.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm hearing a lot of in like the final meetings. And we can talk more about that later, of like the results people are having beyond just the physical. It's actually changing all of these other aspects of their lives.
You know, I think it's really been such a cool experience. I actually just had a conversation at church over the weekend, and one of our nutrition clients said, hey, Nicole, I know you're doing employee wellness at construction companies, but would you be interested in helping my company too? And she had some specific questions about it. And I guarantee anyone listening to this podcast episode that's looking to start an employee wellness program will have these same questions. And the first one is, how do I increase participation in an employee wellness program? You know, there are programs that launch and you have all these great intentions and it's a flop. And then there's also programs that launch that are uber successful. How do we make an employee wellness program super successful?
I think the main thing of the theme that we've been seeing over the past few wellness programs that we've launched is that it starts from the top. And it's how that senior leadership is presenting it and having them be excited about it and encouraging the employees to sign up and to participate.
I think that's the most important thing, especially if you're launching it for the first time. You know, when we went back and did the Delbrook one last year, at the end of last year, we had all of the people that did awesome the first time around rallying the employees. But if they've never experienced it, it's tough for them to rally because they don't really know the impact it's going to have. So, you know, one of the things that we did with this first one with Hirsch that you just ran from start to finish is we had a separate meeting with the senior leadership team. Hey, this is what you can expect. This is why it's important for you to participate in this kickoff challenge. And, these are some things that you can do to get more people underneath you, get more people in your department to want to participate as well.
Yes, absolutely. And the, president of Hirsch was so fantastic with this. When I was doing all of the initial meetings, I would say 75% of the employees, when I asked, why did you sign up for this, said, my boss told me to. And he was reaching out individually saying, I really think you would benefit from this. You should sign up.
There is something different. And even like, owning a gym, right? If I'm super excited about something, our members are going to be intrigued. Like, what is she doing? Is this something that would help me? I think if the owner and the senior leadership is involved, it's going to really help the rest of the team trickle down. Hirsch also, and Delbrook has done this too, and a few other construction companies, current builders where we started employee wellness about 8 years ago, they've all given away cash prizes at the end.
That is also helpful for getting some participation. But it's funny, it's like that's maybe the hook that gets people to sign up. And it's amazing how people start to care less and less about that cash prize towards the end.
Which is super interesting, right? Like I think what's interesting with Hirsch in particular, you had some people that maybe signed up and weren't super into it at the very beginning, but then got very into it as the time went on because of the individual touch points compared with the community support in the company. Talk to me for a second about that.
Oh gosh, definitely. It was a big change. I had several people at the start of it just say, I don't have time for this. I'm only doing this because my boss doesn't want to. Actually, the person who won came into the challenge saying, I don't have time for this. And then as it goes and they see the process and they really trust, this journey that we're taking them on, they get invested. And across the 6 weeks, and that's why it's so great to run a 6-week challenge, that you can actually shift their mindset to the point at the end, they don't want it to be over.
I think so many people come into challenges with the predisposition of, I'm going to have to change my entire life. I'm going to have to spend all day in the kitchen. I'm going to have to do all these things that's not sustainable. And then when they realize, oh my gosh, this is a lot easier. And I don't know about you, but I would love to just ask you this question first, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. But what do you think is different from employee wellness challenges? So you were a nutrition coach in a gym. You've ran challenges in a gym. You've run challenges with our nutrition clients as well. What is different between an employee wellness challenge in a gym and an employee wellness challenge and a challenge in a gym?
There's a big difference. And I think one that makes it a little bit more difficult for you as a coach, it's that people don't know you. They don't know you from the next, social media influencer that they think is going to come in and rock their entire world and flip everything upside down and make it super difficult. So the key for employee wellness challenges is to start building that trust right from the beginning, so that you are able to explain, this is how it's going to work. And, these are like the simple ways we're going to start to build these habits one at a time and start to build that trust so that they will open up to you and be open to making a change.
I think that's such an important shift. And even as we, we're launching this employee wellness challenge that you just wrapped up a month ago or a little bit less, we realized even at the very beginning, people had more questions because they didn't know us. They were just unsure. And it was like, okay, we need to go back and look at how we onboard new businesses at the very beginning so that we can kind of calm them down to realize, hey, this is going to be a really great experience. This is not going to be stressful for you. It's going to be really fun. I would say from our experience, the engagement for employee wellness challenges is exponentially higher than regular challenges in a gym. And it made me go down a path of why I think this happens. And number one, you spend more waking hours in a day where you work, right? Especially if you work in an office. So if everyone in your office is all doing the same thing, you're all going to be encouraging each other. You're all going to be engaging. And if you're looking at someone next to you and they're constantly eating, healthy, balanced meals, if they're drinking their water, if they're talking about their exercise, it's going to motivate you to do the same thing and be like positive peer pressure.
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, your challenge is in the gym. You're maybe with these people for 4 hours a week if you're all taking the same classes. But at work, you're together for 40 hours a week. That's more time than you spend with your family. So your circle of influence is really these other people who are in the challenge with you. And it's so fun because it becomes such a part of like the back and forth, the office talk, and you're so influenced by everyone, which I definitely agree with you. The engagement is incredible. Like it's so rewarding as a coach to run these challenges where you can barely keep up with how much people are posting and the back and forth in the group. Like it's really awesome.
It's nice that we have the group engagement in the Healthy Steps Nutrition app. So they're all in there. They're watching videos. They're posting pictures. They might be posting videos in there. You're posting like quick videos every single week. We have those mini challenges that we give out, custom Yeti cups. Who doesn't love a Yeti cup? So, we're giving out little prizes, not based on results during the weekly prizes, but based on engagement to more positively enforce them engaging and doing the simple habits to help them at the end of the day see the best results.
Yes, absolutely. And the other neat thing about like the group engagement in the app is it starts out at first, like the first week, everyone just like posting pictures of food. And then it turns into, people talking about their kids and people helping other, their coworkers answer questions. So if I'm not in there answering a question right away, they're getting support from everyone else who are doing the challenge.
I think that's awesome. I want to dive into like, what does an employee challenge look like? Employee wellness challenge look like? I would love for you to walk me through what someone could expect if they sign up for an employee wellness challenge. And the truth is it hasn't always been this way.
No, it hasn't. But I really think, we've run our last few employee wellness challenges with this setup, and it's golden. It's such a great way to do it. So we start everyone with a 6-week challenge. And that's a difference. Maybe sometimes in the gym you do 28 days, but 6 weeks is really a sweet spot that you get to know people. Like I said, you have to build the trust. So you need that extra time. So everyone who joins is going to start with an initial meeting with the nutrition coach, private 20-minute meeting. And we like to do these over Zoom. And that's also something that's new, I think, in the post-COVID world, to make it a little bit easier for everyone to schedule, and you get the nice privacy so that people can really open up over Zoom.
It's interesting because everyone's breaks are a little bit different. People might be home. They might be working from a remote office. Maybe they're not even in the same city as that company. So doing it through Zoom makes it more accessible to all of the employees to participate.
Yes, absolutely. I think, for our last Hirsch challenge, we had guys in the field. We had people in the office. We had people working from home, people in other cities. So it was nice because you could really extend it to everybody. So after the initial meetings from Zoom, we will meet in person if we can to gather biometrics. In whatever way you're able to. We have one of the little portable in-body scans. You can use whatever measures you'd like to gather the biometrics and then do an in-person kickoff meeting, which I think was also very helpful for getting a little excitement.
I think of the kickoff meeting as one thing. It's a pep rally. It is to get everyone super excited, to get them using the app so that you are making your life easier as a coach, so that everyone's on the same page, having them post a picture in the group. We were just in Texas visiting a couple gyms that use our program in Houston, and both of them have done a really great job with employee wellness. And Sarah Aucoin was talking to me about, the engagement with the app really starts with that kickoff seminar, having them take a selfie, post it in there so they just get used to posting pictures in the app. Because if you start them off that way, it's going to increase engagement throughout the nutrition challenge for sure.
Yeah. And this time we did that fun little single day habit of find yourself an accountability buddy so that they could practice checking off the habits in the app so you know exactly how to do it. And I had greater than 80% participation in the app in daily checking off habits. And I guarantee it was from the setup during the kickoff seminar.
Absolutely. I love that. Okay. So we have the kickoff seminar. The rest of the stuff until the end is pretty much all virtual, right? Like the virtual engagement through the app, checking off habits within the app. mini challenges, all of it's pretty much virtual. Like one thing that we didn't really mention is the kickoff seminar, we're going to the facility. We want to make it as easy for everyone to participate in the Employee Wellness Challenge. I'm not asking you to come to me. I want to go to you so that it's more accessible and you want to participate.
Yes. And it's really nice to get a sense of the general culture of the workplace too. I think that helped us shape how we were going to run the challenge based on kind of what we were seeing and feeling in the workplace itself.
For sure.
And we also had a virtual kickoff seminar option just in case people weren't able. So we really made it accessible to everyone. But you're right. Everything in the middle is just virtual. We're doing daily engagement in the app. We're doing weekly mini challenges. We do have another place for an individual touch point at the midpoint. So that way you have a chance to talk to people again about their, individual wins and also challenges to help them through the second half of the challenge.
Love it. And I get them fired up. It's interesting. The individual meetings at the beginning and at the end actually came from you guys who were coaching people last year doing employee wellness challenges saying, hey, I want some more touch points with the employees. I'd rather meet with them a little bit more at the beginning to talk to them about their goals, what success looks like to them, the struggles that they have, and talk to them at the end to kind of wrap it up so they have a good moving forward plan.
Yes. And it definitely helped, build that relationship even more to the point where when we got to the final meetings, it was a sad goodbye because I was going to miss everyone and I hope they were going to miss me too. It ended with a lot of hugs and it was such a great experience.
I love it. So weekly challenges, and then we do some biometrics, right? We celebrate those wins with people. And one of the things that I think is great about having a third party do this, and I've heard this feedback from people who've tried to build employee wellness challenges inside with their own staff, is that all of these numbers are private. Like we don't bring the numbers to the employer. We give total losses, total gains, overall participation. But unless you want to share what your losses and your gains are, we're not sharing those individual numbers with the employer, which is helpful because some people are like, hey, I don't want my employer to know exactly what my body fat percentage is or exactly what my measurements are. That's not something that they want to know. And the feedback that I've gotten from companies who've facilitated their own employee wellness challenges is that was a barrier for people to sign up because they didn't want their employer to know those numbers.
Absolutely. And I think the same goes for pretty much anything we talk about during these, 3 individual meetings. Sometimes the employees maybe are venting about work-related stress or something. They have to know that it's confidential, that your meetings, you're not going back to leadership and saying anything that occurred in those meetings. And I think that's just another element of the trust and that relationship that you're building.
Absolutely. So you have these mini challenges. We do biometrics at the end, and then there's this final meeting to kind of wrap it up. But the truth is, the cool thing is from the last few employee wellness challenges that we've run, the companies are like, Nicole, the engagement is so great. The morale is so awesome. I don't want this to end. What does the support look like for ongoing employee wellness? And this was kind of a new concept for us, right? All right, we've gone in, we've nailed down how to run a kickoff. But if a company wants to have ongoing support, how can we make it financially feasible for them to continue to support their employees in a group setting? But you actually had some senior leadership talk about and bring up some things to you during final meetings. Hey, Liz, what if we have new employees? What if people didn't participate in this challenge, but they've seen everyone else and now they have FOMO and now they want to be a part of it? How do we plug them in to be able to experience this support that we're providing our employees?
Yes. And I was getting a lot of those questions. And one of them saying was, we want to be able to set this as part of our culture now in the company so that when we are trying to attract new employees, we can say, hey, these are our wellness offerings and not just have it be a once a year thing. In addition to have some ongoing support that we're constantly, meeting with their new employees and rolling them into this ongoing wellness support throughout the year.
Absolutely. And the cool thing is yes, the challenge, we focus on really 4 pillars, right? Nutrition, we focus on exercise, we focus on sleep and stress management mindset. So there are 4 habits every single day that people are working on. And it's not crazy stuff like add in vegetables for lunch every single day. Don't drink 5 things of soda every single day, like simple things so that they can just slowly start feeling better. And the cool thing is when you start eating better, you start sleeping more, your mood starts changing, your stress levels are more regulated, you're more productive at work. And then this work-life balance that you have is so much more balanced than the imbalance that a lot of us face as busy professionals.
Absolutely. And especially in now the world where everything is so virtual, you often don't have that cutoff point of I'm done with work and now I'm moving on to like my home family, part of my life. So that's one thing that I found in this last challenge. We really worked towards of how to develop that work-life balance, how to set a schedule, how to say, okay, I'm done with work, time to shut it down for the night. So we did a lot of like scheduling and adjustments in that way as part of kind of the habits we were building.
And a lot of that came down to the individualized support they were providing at the beginning meeting, middle meeting, and the end meeting. So we walked through the 6-week challenge. What kind of results did you see with people during these initial kickoff 6-week challenges?
I mean, definitely the physical results were absolutely incredible. People were losing a good deal of weight in inches, but the kind of non-scale victories are my favorite part about it. More energy, feeling less stressed, feeling more focused at work is a big thing that I heard a lot. Drinking less coffee throughout the day because they don't need this constant like fake energy. And then I've heard a lot that people were able to enjoy their time with their families even more because they weren't coming home from work totally drained, that they were able to kind of play with their kids in the evening. And it's those kind of victories and results that I think matter more than any number on the scale.
I love all of that. If you were to look back of all the employee wellness challenges that you've run, I've got my favorite story that I'll share in a minute, but what has been your favorite story of someone who's taken part of an employee wellness challenge that has been like a huge win for them?
Oh my gosh, I have so many. I'm going to take one from this past challenge with Hirsch, with one of the guys, and he was a field worker. So one of these guys who's up at 4 a.m. every day, working their tail off in the field. He signed on, I don't think very willingly. He came to the initial meeting very closed down, I don't have time for this. I am busy. I have kids. I have a wife. I don't have time to make any changes in my life. And I could see those layers starting to peel away. After the first week or two, he started opening up more in the group. And then when it came to our midpoint meeting, when I got to see him again in person, he was like a different person. He was just so excited talking to me about like these little changes he's made and how great he's feeling. And then by the end, he lost an incredible amount of weight, but did it in such a balanced way that he said it actually gave him more time, that it didn't take away any of the time. And to watch his mindset shift over 6 weeks was really, really awesome. It was so gratifying as a coach.
That's amazing. You actually had someone so excited to see you at the end. They painted their toenails HSN blue and put HSN on their toenails. That's never happened before in an employee wellness challenge. And I was very impressed by the person that did this. And I think it just goes to show the morale of how much fun you like, the environment that you provided for these people to have fun.
Yes. And, one of the things talking about results is, the company as a whole, when we were first at this company for the initial meetings, everyone was just in their office. We would meet, pull people, they would go right back to their office. When I went back for the final biometrics, I went into the office and everyone was standing and like chatting in the kitchen. Throughout the day, they all ordered lunch together and sat at the lunch table and had this like beautifully healthy, balanced meal, laughing and talking. So it was such a tangible change to the culture of that office that there's no doubt it's going to continue. It was like there was a light in the office again.
That's exciting. And to be honest, that was Adam's main goal. He's like, I know that people are struggling mentally. Just it's a stressful time. There's a lot of things going on. Like, I need our employees to have fun and prioritize themselves and their health again. So, obviously you did an incredible job fostering that environment. And it goes to show with like the before and after of just how the culture had adjusted, all because Adam, made a step and said, hey, I want to invest in my employees and bring in someone to help facilitate this. I'll tell you, my favorite story is actually from Delbrook. We started doing employee wellness with them back in 2018, and we did another challenge at the end of 2021. And this guy who actually won the 2018 challenge, I didn't even recognize him because, there's only so many changes you can make in 6 weeks. Well, he kept going with everything. And by the time we had got back to them, even during COVID, right? So 2018 to 2021, COVID happened, and he continued all of those healthy habits. He was down like 70 something pounds. By the end of that second challenge that we did, he had lost over 100 pounds. And celebrating that with him when he saw that number on the scale, I will never forget in my life. And, we talked to him afterwards. We actually did a story video on him with the media team. He just was like, I knew I needed to change something. I didn't know where to start. And it's all because Mike Fish invested in all of us and wanted us to be better, be healthier, that now I've taken control of my health. I will be walking my daughter down the aisle because I'm not in this place where I'm sick anymore. Like, I am healthy and my family is healthy because all of these habits have trickled down to not just me, but everyone I'm surrounded by.
I love that story. And you have a photo of that exact moment when you realized he hit that 100-pound mark. And my favorite part about it is the look on your face of just like the joy. I could feel your heart bursting.
At the end of the day, and I think that's why we've essentially targeted construction companies, is because it is tough when you're on the road to stay on track. And a lot of times the people that work for construction companies just have no idea what healthy looks like. And if I can go into some of the sickest populations or the people at most risk for chronic disease, and we can help empower them to change their lifestyle through a simple habit-based approach, and they can all do it together, I'm so confident they'll be able to see really amazing results. Will it work for any type of company? Yes, absolutely. But I like to target the people that we can help the most, right?
Yes. And to figure it out, before this past challenge, I had no idea of, the difficulties that some of these, construction employees face when they're living hotel room to hotel room for months at a time with only a small refrigerator or a single, stovetop, and they're just going on fast food because they don't know any better. And finding ways to set it up so that now that they can make healthy choices each day was really remarkable.
I love it. Lizz, you are literally the perfect person to head up employee wellness because you are so funny and engaging. And at the end of the day, it has to be fun for people to want to do it. And even virtually, you can just like feel your energy through Zoom. Everyone has so much fun being with you, paired with you for employee wellness. So I'm just so excited that we can come on in and kind of share the story and hopefully inspire some companies to, think about what employee wellness could look like. Some of the cool things that have happened since the employee wellness challenges that we've started. Delbrook is now sending out newsletters. They're doing ongoing mini challenges, having us come back and do a big thing each year. Hirsch now has ongoing support as well as some other companies so that they can provide those people with ongoing individual and group support to help them make health a way of life.
Yes. And it's really neat to see how this is now going to develop, over the next kind of months and years, that these relationships are just going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger with these companies.
Love it. Lizz, thank you for all that you do, and we'll see you back here soon.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
I hope you are inspired by that episode with Lizz, and you can see the impact that you could have on your community and the people who never step foot inside your gym. At the end of the day, as a business owner, we want to help people. And if we can help people that might not have found us, we find them through employee wellness, there is such a greater impact that you can have. The other big piece of it is diversifying revenue streams. We make a substantial amount of revenue from employee wellness. And to be honest, it's the impact that I care most about, but we also are a business and we have to be able to support our coaches and, take home a paycheck to live the lifestyle that we want. So it's definitely a win for the company and a win for us as a business. As promised, I want to talk about some awesome updates. Prior to 2022, our main focus with employee wellness was teaching gym owners how to launch successful employee wellness challenges. You might run one employee wellness challenge per company per year. And then also there was a seminar series. And it went really well, but there is an opportunity to support people between those yearly challenges and those new employees or maybe people that missed out. Lizz and I talked about a little bit what we are doing, but HSN Mentoring style is we want to give you a turnkey solution. So Lizz and I are doing a webinar for HSN Mentoring clients to show you exactly what you need to do to build an ongoing coaching program, how we structure and price it, what we include, and even some templates to make your life easier as you launch an ongoing employee wellness program. As always, I still recommend launching with a 6-week reset wellness challenge to just get everyone excited, but having an ongoing supportive program would be a great way to continue the awesome habits that people are starting during a kickoff program, as well as helping new employees getting plugged into employee wellness benefits. So we're super excited to give gym owners in the HSN Mentoring family everything they need start to finish to launch this program, but then also build an ongoing support and program for employee wellness. So please join our webinar. It is on May 24th, and you're going to be able to ask questions live. Of course, there'll be a recording. If you are not part of the HSN Mentoring family and you don't offer a nutrition coaching program and you want to with your gym and also want to offer employee wellness, we would love to help you. All you need to do is click the link in the show notes and book a free call with me. I highly recommend that you dial the details in with your facility first. Get everything up and going with the people you know and the people that love and trust you. Get comfortable before launching an employee wellness program. There are a lot of extra things you have to do with employee wellness. We lay it all out in the mentoring program, but we want you to feel confident coaching people using a habit-based approach first with your community and then diving into employee wellness. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, please subscribe, leave us a review, and we will catch you back here next week.